my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna...
Welcome to this new thing. I'm so excited to be launching this today. My name is Cordelia, and you may, if you're catching this on the replay, then hello, hashtag replay in the comments, if you please. And if you are watching with me live, then do let me know. Let me know that you're here live with me, so that I can chat with you. I've got the live stream here on my phone, right? And if anyone joins, I'm poised for the messages. And then also we're over on YouTube as well. This is super exciting. This is a brand new thing that I am launching today. And, you know, I have decided that essentially what I am doing is I am going to launch a brand new live podcast. And the reason being is I want to build a new community and a new live show that is all about giving you tangible, practical, implementable marketing strategy that feels human, that is like soulful and is anti-bro marketing and none of that sleazy gross stuff. And inspired by a podcast that I used to listen to years ago that gave me so many good ideas that just isn't around anymore. There's not much stuff out there. A lot of it's gatekept and a lot of it's difficult to implement because there's so much fluff. So that is my promise, is that every week, Tuesday at 11, I have no name for this. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. We're going to just build this as we fly and figuring it out as we go along. Every single week, I'm going to bring you a strategy that is going to help you with your marketing. Now, it's a flipping tall order. That is such a tall order. I've really set out a hard job for myself there. Well, I've done it before, so I know I can do it again. We used to do this in the Rebellious Business Network back in 2020. I used to bring a new strategy. I used to do a whole presentation with slides pretty much every week. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. No slides, just talking. But I've got some resources that I'm going to give you off the back of every episode. But essentially, the purpose, every episode has got to give you a marketing strategy, and we're going to be having guests on, like Emily, Sarah. I can see that you're here. I would love you guys to come on and do this with me one week. And, you know, I've got loads of friends that are marketing experts in lots of different areas. I'm going to be bringing them on. But there is a but. They are only allowed to join if they are going to bring a tangible, practical marketing strategy that you can take and implement. So that is what we're doing. I like I say, the name is pending. Is it going to be the Connection something show, the human something, what's it called? No idea. I'm open to suggestions, but I think these things evolve and we shouldn't get caught in the weeds because it will become a thing. So welcome to episode 1 of Name Pending. It's great to have you here. Welcome. And like I say, if you're watching on the replay, great to have you. I know that we've had quite a few people sign up for this. I was actually surprised. I put this together. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And we've had a chunk of people sign up, which is great. So a few of you will be watching on the replay, I'm sure. Let me know that you were here. So why social media isn't a marketing strategy and what you should do instead. I want to start with this episode because this is the bedrock. Like, this is the most important thing. And it's something that I see over and over and over again. I would love you to tell me in the comments, in the chat, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you're watching this from, on the replay. If you can see a box where you can put something in, please do that. What is your main social media platform? What is your main social media platform? Now, it's going to be either probably, it could be TikTok, but it's probably going to be Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, I imagine. But we might have wild cards out there. We've got someone, I was to say Ant. He sells loads of books on Threads, and Threads is his main platform. So we've got Instagram, LinkedIn, Instagram, LinkedIn. Nice. So not Facebook. That's cool. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, what would happen if all of a sudden that wasn't around anymore? Like, how would you market your business instead? Now, for some of you, you've got email lists and perhaps you would go there. I think it doesn't matter what your marketing strategy is, taking social media away, it would injure all of us. Like, oh my God, because it is the first port of call for making new connections is social media. Like, if you go to a networking event, you meet people at networking events and you connect, or if you any way in which we meet people for the first time, we are adding them on social media. If you see someone speak on stage and you're like, oh my God, this person's awesome, I really want to learn more about this person, I want to learn more from this person, what do? You go and find their social media profile and you follow them on social media. It is step one in any new connection. But the problem is so many people use it as step one, step two, step three, step four, and they're trying to get everything they can from social media, it being the beginning, the middle, and the end of their social media strategy. And often when I ask people, what is your current marketing strategy? What are you doing to get clients? Like, oh, I don't have a marketing strategy, but I'm posting on social media. I'm like, okay, that's great. But that isn't a strategy. It's an action. It's a thing that you're doing that creates visibility, keeps you current, keeps you present. And it's fantastic that you're doing that, because actually it's the hardest thing to keep up with is that content treadmill of just putting stuff out and keeping it going and doing it constantly. Like, it's painful. It's really hard to do that. So, like, kudos, but it isn't a strategy. What we need is a method to take people from, I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you, like they are brand new connections, and warm them right up. But we need to do that in a way that is smart, is leveraged, and is actually going to get us results without it feeling like we're trying to force horses to water, push water uphill, squeeze bloods from stones, and all these other Caroline's joined on the live stream. Hello, you sight for sore marketing eyes. Hello, Caroline, darling. So yeah, that is what we need, is we need a strategy. So as I've promised, every episode is going to give you a strategy. I'm going to give you something at the end of this session. It's going to get you 5 to 10 leads, regardless of whether you've got an email list or not. It's going to get you 5 to 10 brand new leads today if you implement it. Really quick, really simple. It's a bathing strategy. It means that you'll have something to build a little bit later as you fly, but it's going to be something that gets you some new leads today. So that is what we're going to do in terms of strategy. But first, I need to tee it up. I need you to understand why this is so important. So I want, like, social media, when you put something out on social media in terms of a post, I've always said that any like 5% of your following are going to see any one thing that you post. I did some research this week. It's actually worse than that. It's worse than that. So if you, let's say you've got 1,000 people following you, you imagine you put one post out, we say 5% of that following are going to see any one thing that you post. It's actually, if you're on Facebook, it's 2%. If you're on Instagram, it's 2 to 4%, and LinkedIn is slightly higher at that 5 to 6%, but it is really low. And so when you put a post out, it's going to get seen by a load of people that don't know you. So you've got a lot of cold traffic potentially. If it gets pushed and it gets a good reach, then it's going to be mainly cold traffic. And out of the warm traffic, they're the people that are connected with you, following you, friends with you, whatever the terminology is based on whatever platform you are on. And so here's the thing, is that means you have to post a lot just to get seen. Now, the people that are in that 5%, we don't know how the algorithm works exactly. Otherwise, we'd all be manipulating and abusing and using it in the best possible ways. But what we do know is what is kind of obvious. And just pay attention to this on social media for yourself over the next however long you can hold on to it in your mind for. Half a day, a month, just pay attention to it. When you engage with someone, or when someone engages with you, momentarily, temporarily, they show up in your feed. It's a fleeting moment. It doesn't happen for long. It doesn't carry out for days, but it's temporary. So what I mean by that is, if someone has just started following you, your content will show up in their feed. Their content will show up in your feed, potentially, if you're following them. So if it's Facebook and you've become friends, or LinkedIn, you've become connections, it's a sort of a double following, if you like. If it's Instagram, it's one-sided, but your stuff will show up in their feed and their stuff will show up in your feed. If you DM someone in the inbox, their stuff will show up in your feed. If you comment on someone's post, the algorithm will show you another post of theirs pretty soon. There's also silent engagement metrics, which is hovering on posts, clicking on posts to read captions, and sending posts to friends, the kind of things that the person who owns the post never sees, but actions that you take on that post that Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn can see. These contribute to you seeing that content in your feed again in the future. However, it's only going to show up momentarily. If you don't engage with it again, then it'll just tail off and they'll show you cat videos or whatever it is that they think is going to get you. I'm like envisioning this like boardroom of like little men that are all pulling levers and showing you things, and the algorithm. That's the algorithm in my head. So essentially, the things that you engage with are the things that you see. Now, who do you engage with most on social media? Is it your potential like future coaches and mentors and trainers? It's not. It's your friends, it's your clients, it's people that you're close with. Those are the people that you're more likely to engage with, like comment on their posts, like their posts, whatever. There might be people that you're following and you engage with a lot, like Tony Robbins or whatever. But generally speaking, the people that are in that 5% at best, 2% on Facebook, 2 to 3% on Instagram, the people that are in that pool are people that aren't even your ideal clients. The people that are already your clients, or people that are just business friends, or people that are friends with you for other reasons, or colleagues, or, you know, buddies of some kind. They're not even the right fit for your product. So suddenly the numbers go really lower, because it's like, oh, it's not even 5% the right people are seeing. It's like 5%, but like how much, what's the percentage of the right people? It's potentially a lot smaller than that. So that's just in terms of seeing your post. Then you have an engagement rate, right? And I'm telling that's even worse. We're looking at like 0.5 to 1% of people are going to engage with your post. I'm talking about click on it to read it, linger on it, send it to a friend, comment on it, like it. There are many ways in which someone could engage with your post. But that's like, you're looking at 0.5 to 1% of your of people are gonna do that. And then whether you get clicks depends on whether you've got a good call to action or a link to click on. But the clicks, potentially, you know, nothing, potentially 1 or 2, depends on the size of the following. What I'd love to do is I'd love to just use an example. Let me share my screen a minute. Let's draw this out. I'm going to use an example of, like, let's say we've got 100 Instagram followers and we've got 100 leads on an email list, because the bit that I haven't told you is that email is massively different in comparison. So social media is like 5% at best. Email, you're looking at a much higher visibility and engagement rate, which is why building an email list is really, really important. Let me know in the comments and in the chat, or wherever you are, wherever there's a box that you can type stuff to me, let me know. Are you email marketing? That's going to really help me when it comes to giving you a strategy that's going to work for you. Right, I'm just trying to do 2 things. Right, iPad, share, boom. Right, you now can see into my soul, guys. Oh no, you can't yet, that's fine. Here we go. Let me just, sorry, tech setup situation happening. Bear with, I need like some hold music. That would be great. Where's Caroline? She could sing to everyone. She's got a beautiful voice. Right. Here we go. Should show you my screen any second now. There we go. You should be in. We're in, we're on, we're down. Boom. Okay, so we're going to go 100 followers on Instagram. By the way, if anyone hasn't got like scratchy paper for their iPads, mate, best investment ever. Like, it is fantastic. My handwriting has not improved drastically because of it, but it's made it much easier to write on it. So we've got 100 followers and we've got 1,000 followers and we've got 100 leads. So followers being Instagram followers and leads being email list. Okay, told you handwriting's terrible. Sorry, can't draw straight lines either. If I'm patient and I hold it down, it will make it straight, but I'm not patient. So essentially, we say if we're going to have, I've got a little, we're going to have 100 leads. When we send out, the equivalent of a post is an email broadcast. And do you know what the average open rate is for an email? The average open rate, and this is very conservative actually, it can be a lot better than this, but the average open rate is 25%. And we said that on Instagram, we've got like a reach. So people that are going to see the post, we're calling it 2 to 4%, which out of 1,000 followers is 20 to 40 people. So let's call it 30 people to just be sort of averagely average. 25% of 100 leads is 25 people. You think, okay, well, actually, you know, we've got pretty much the same metrics here, which is interesting because 100 leads is a lot less than 1,000 followers. It's not necessarily easier to get 100 leads because the difference is leads have said yes to something. You've offered something and they've given you their email address in exchange for the thing that you've offered, which means that they've taken a step towards you and they've said, I'm interested in your topic. So actually, even though we've only got 100 of them, these are 100 people that have said yes, which means they're qualified when it comes to your topic. Now, they could just be funnel hacking. That's fine. They could just be checking out what you're doing. That's fine. But they're likely to be people that are interested in your topic because they've signed up for something that you've offered and they've said yes to something. So you've got 100 of those people and 25% of them have opened. Now, the difference is actually 30 people will see 25 people opening is engaging, right? And whereas like we've got much lower engagement rate, but I can't bother to work out half percentages, etc. Let's just pretend that seeing is engaging. They're the same thing, but they're not, but we'll pretend that they are just to try and help out Instagram a little bit, who's definitely going to lose this battle. So we've got 2 to 4 people. No, sorry, 2 to 4, 20 to 30 people are going to see this post. Email, we're going to have 25% open. And look, the thing is that you then get like a 3% click-through rate, which means that 3 people are going to click. And then here we're going to get what? How many people are going to click out of 30 people? We're going to get maybe around the same number, but we're probably not. And the difference is to do with the fact that these are qualified leads and this is anyone. This is your mum, your neighbor, the friends at your kids' school. This is like people that you used to work with. These are people that are following you because they have the same industry as you and they just want to check out what you're doing. These are like just weirdos that aren't actually interested in you. They just think you look cute. Everyone following you, right? Whereas these are qualified people. So all of a sudden we've got 25% people opening and seeing that message. You're going to get a lot more results from that visibility on email comparatively to social media. And that is why we want to be using social media as part of the strategy. So many people are putting out social media content and putting out their promotions on social media and offering one-to-one calls on social media and offering everything on social media and just hoping that that is going to get them clients. And sometimes it does. One of my clients, she's got a live podcast, and she's putting loads of reels out, and she has got people coming forward off the back of the reels, which she's repurposed from her live podcast. She's got people coming forward to her going, can I work with you? She's had like 5 new clients that way from that in the last few months, which is like unheard of since she's been doing that kind of content. Previously she didn't have that, but it's nothing in comparison to putting out promotions in front of a pool of people who are the right fit for what it is that you do, and they're qualified leads, and you can guarantee that they are going to be seeing it, because you've got that 25% open rate. A quarter of people that are on that list are going to be seeing it. So social media is the beginning point. It's where you make the initial connection. But the purpose of social media is to build your email list. It's not to market your business. It's not to be everything. It's literally just, honestly, if you take one thing away from this session, the purpose of social media is to build my email list. How can I use social media to get people off of social media and onto my email list so that I can massively 5x? It's more than 5x. We go from 5% up to 25%, but the 25% are the right people. It's probably like 50% at least in terms of an increase on visibility. And that is massive. So what I meant was, and it's actually, well, anyway, whatever, I'm getting into complicated percentages now, but the point is it's huge. So you want to be building your email list from social media. Now, for those of you that have got an email list, that is brilliant. You're doing that, you're building that. I'd love to know what your lead magnet is, how you are generating those leads and what you're doing there, because that's really, really awesome. If you're not building an email list yet, then it needs to be on the list of something that you do next. Like, it really does. And I was shocked when I came into teaching marketing I was in a marketing education company where there was a very simple, straightforward way in which we were taught marketing. And then I stepped out of that into like the networking world, and no one was email marketing. In fact, I said to someone once, have you got an email list? And she went, oh, this is my email list. And she pulled a drawer out and showed me. She had a drawer full of 600 business cards. It was insane, the amount of business cards she had in this drawer. I was like, what, how are you using those? What are you going to do with those? That's like, it was like a full baby tree, chopped up and stored in this drawer in her living room. And it's just absolutely crazy. So, the leverage that you're going to get when you start building your own email list and having those subscribers. Now, in terms of people is on the internet, there are 5 buckets of people. I'm going to put people in buckets, but we're going to put people in buckets for a minute. They're not real buckets. We're not really putting people in buckets, but we're just going to do it for this analogy. There are 5. This is why this is important. Let me just grab my screen. Okay. So you're going to bear witness to my amazing bucket drawing skills now. It's going to be fantastic. It's life-changing stuff. Okay, so let's say we've got 5. We've actually got 6, but we've got 5. We've got traffic, we've got followers, we've got leads, we've got prospects, we've got clients. The reason why we've got 6 is because we've also got X clients. Yeah, but they don't count for the purpose of this. But that, what we're doing is we're trying to move people through these buckets. Now, traffic are people who are on the internet following you. No, sorry, on the internet, but not following you. They're on the internet, they are milling around, they are scrolling, they are doing all the internety things, but they don't know you yet. They're not following you. So that's just traffic. Then we've got those of the people on the internet that are following you. That's followers. Then leads are people that have said yes to something. Now, these could be people in your email list, but actually it can also be people in your Facebook group. The distinction is they have to have taken a step forward and said yes to something you have offered. That then indicates them as a lead. Why? because they have self-identified as needing your topic and having the problem that you solve and being the right kind of person for what it is that you're offering. They've just self-identified. We want to assume that they've signed up for the right reason and they're in the Facebook group for the right reason. Like I say, you're going to have funnel hackers. You're going to have people that are there just because you're cute. You're going to have all kinds of things going on. But the majority of people are just going to be there because they like what you said or they need what you offered, etc. And that could be Facebook group or any other free community group counts as well. So long as you can identify who they are. Like you can't say that, but you could say, oh, well, yeah, but what about Instagram followers? Like they've said yes by hitting the follow button, but it's just pressing a button. Like it's not. And you could say the same about joining a group, but people are a bit more intentional about joining a group. And I've found that with having Facebook groups, the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group, I converted it at 7.5%. And that is like massive conversion rate. And that's why I'm like, yeah, those people are leads. So it's because they've taken a step forward. But still, you don't want to just have a Facebook group and not an email list, because it's that visibility factor. That visibility is going to go down massively because you're going to be back in that less than 5% of any one person seeing your post. Even if you press the button that's like, tag everybody in this post, it's still going to get slim pickings in comparison to what you'll get in email. So building that email list is critical. Now, we're moving people through these buckets. We're going from traffic to followers, to leads, to prospects. Prospects are those of your leads that know you, like you, trust you, know what their problem is, know that you're the solution to their problem, and are likely to buy. They're the people that are the ones that will say yes when you put an offer out. And then clients, well, that needs no explanation. That's why we're here. Those are the people that we want. So that is what we're doing. We try and move people through those buckets. Now, on social media, I just want to say you can't control who's in that 5%. On social media, you've got traffic and followers and leads and prospects and clients and ex-clients and potentially your mum or your stepmom or your dad or your sister or whoever is your closest relative that's like cheerleading and whooping you. That those people don't fall into these buckets. They don't count. But that you've got a bit of everyone on social media. Whereas on your email list, you've got this group of people. You've got your leads and your prospects. And you can segment to make sure that you're excluding these clients. They're not seeing the stuff that you put out. You've got no followers on there because they're not leads until they've signed up for something. They're just followers. And so what that means is that when you put out an offer, so let's say you've got this great little, well, it was Black Friday this weekend, isn't it? You've got a great little Black Friday offer. You've put it together. You're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. This is the best offer in the world. You put it out to social media. And unless you've got shitloads of followers, like if you've got 1,000 followers, it might be seen by 30 people, which is a bit sad, isn't it? Considering you worked so hard to get those 1,000 followers, only 30 people are going to see it. If you've got 100 leads, it's going to be seen by 25. But the difference is how qualified they are. The 25 leads are going to be leads and prospects. The 30 followers are going to be a bit of everything. And so that is why we want to be getting people onto the email list. So when you put that Black Friday promotion out, you can still put it out on social media because hell, we make sales on social media. I'm not saying don't sell on social media anymore. Carry on selling on social media, but just give yourself a visibility boost by also being able to share that promotion on email marketing by sending that email out. Or WhatsApp as well. If you're collecting telephone numbers, you can WhatsApp people, you know, but whatever the channels are, you've then got this direct route to getting the message to the people that are likely to buy the product. Now, if you are currently making sales on social media and you're not email marketing, then booyah, basically, booyah, because what that means is when you get onto email, you are going to crush, quite frankly. Like, let's just say you converting on that real low visibility. Imagine what happens when we put that in front of a larger number of people that are qualified, that need what you do and are warmed up. Like, it's just going to convert so much better. And you're going to get better numbers. And we see it all the time in Rebellious. We'll put a post out on social media that's offering something, and we'll put an email out that offers the same thing. Like, it just gets to the point where we're like, we might as well just email. Like, what's the point in creating, like, with email, it's so simple. You just write the text and send it in an email. With social media, you need a graphic, and that graphic can be the thing that takes the most time. So it makes a lot of sense. But essentially, this is kind of what it looks like in terms of the pipeline that you want to create. Is that you've got on social media, you're posting, and you're doing that to start that relationship, connect with people. So you're posting to connect. And then you've got a micro commitment that you ask for. You're like, if you like this content, if you like me, commit to me a little bit. Come on, put your money where your mouth is. Click this here button and sign up for this here thing. And that micro commitment is also known as a lead magnet. And so you have that lead magnet, and then people are on your email list. And you want to be then having sales promotions that go out to that list, so that you are taking them from list to sales call. Now, this might be really obvious stuff to some people, and there's other people it's like, well, I've not done this yet. Like, there's a lot of detail missing there, Cordelia. Fair enough. Do you know what? I had this wild, crazy idea, right? That I was going to launch this podcast. This is a podcast. I forgot to put my microphone on, but we're going to wing it. It's going to become a thing with time. I'm going live every week to bring you a marketing strategy of some kind. I'm about to give it to you, by the way. I've just set it up so that you understand the purpose of it and the points of it. But the thing is I've decided that after every episode, because I'm absolutely nuts, I've decided I'm going to give you resources that are going to help you to implement every strategy. So I'm going to create a PDF or flowcharts or visuals or checklist, and I'm going to create steps, and I'm going to give you templates, etc., to basically take that and implement it. Now, look, we're on day one, week one of this being a thing. Like, I want this to become the most powerful free marketing resource there is on the internet. Like, I'm just going to give everything I know to you guys as much as I can. And what I've decided to do is, because it's going to take me an hour or two to create the resources, maybe not, I'll probably get really quick at this stuff, but it's going to take me some time. Like, I need to be able to justify it. So this morning I was like, what if I just throw together like a school community? It'll be like £4, not even quid, $4 a month. I'm going to keep it like super low, like $1 a week to be a part of it. And it's just the resources at the end of every episode. I'm going to create swipe files, templates, everything you need to implement each strategy. So today, for those of you that are not email marketing yet, and you want the steps of what to do to get set up, that resource is going to be in the brand new community that I have put together. It's a school community, and like I said, it's $4, but I'll put a free trial on there that's 7 days, which means that I will get the resources in there by the end of today, and you can access them for free. And if you're like, do you know what, I want to be a part of this thing and stick around for weekly marketing strategies from Cordelia and her friends, then go for it. Like, come join us, stay on, and it's going to enable me to feel like I can justify spending an hour or two making all the resources for you every week off the back of these episodes. And then, of course, these episodes will be there for you to listen to. They'll be edited, they'll be streamlined, and it'll all just become a bit of a thing that is a massive bank of marketing strategy resources for those heart-led business owners that are a bit anti-bro marketing and just want strategies, methods, and means of getting themselves out there and building their business that feels bloody good. So yeah, if you want to interested in joining that, it is called the I think it's called like the name, it's called Name Pending is what it's called. I was thinking, I'm not going to just force a name to come for this community and this live show. We're gonna build this together. And so if anybody has any good ideas now, kind of understanding the concept of it, bring you tangible, actual strategies that we can implement on a weekly basis, then please do like share your ideas with me, because I'm open to it. But yeah, so instead of just coming up with something shit, I've just gone name pending. Anyway, I'm rambling because I'm finding a link and I'm doing link rambles, but there's the link to it. It's empty. There's nothing exciting inside it, and it's free to join right now. But by the end of today, there will be all the resources to get you started with email marketing. If you're not yet, I'm going to create a 7-step process for you to just follow to just get set up and implement this strategy that I'm going to share with you just now. Right, so look, it's all very well me telling you that you need to start building an email list and get off social media, but no, stay on social media. What am I talking about? Stay on social media, but get people off of social media. Missed a few words out there. And get people off of social media and onto your email list. But the problem is, there's quite a lot of building involved. I'm just going to actually take a sip of this coffee that I keep holding on to. Because the truth is that in order to test a lead magnet, which is a thing that you're going to give in exchange for an email address, in order to test that, what you need is you need to build a landing page. In order to build a landing page, you need a landing page software. And in order to do that, you also need a domain that you're going to put it on. So there's like 3 big technical things that you need to figure out before you've even got started yet. Landing page and software and domain sorted. Then you need email marketing software. You need like set a CRM up. And then once you've done all of that, you go, right, now what's my lead magnet? Like, what's going to be the thing that I put out there to get people onto my email list? And so that takes a bit of testing and a bit of tweaking. You might not get it right first time. You might build this whole funnel being landing page, thank you page, welcome email. That is literally a funnel. And that's as simple as it needs to be. You might build that funnel and then go, oh, well, okay, now my lead magnet, okay, I'm going to put this out there, and then no one signs up for it. And you just wasted shitloads of time building a funnel that was kind of didn't funnel anyone anywhere. So we want to essentially test things and build things as we fly. So I want you to come up with the top 5 burning questions that your ideal clients have. You can do this yourself, or you can rely on good old chatty GPT friend or Gemini, or there are other AIs available, your favorite AI fellow, and come up with what are the top 5 burning questions that people ask me all the time. Like what is it that people are searching for? What are they thinking? What are they needing? What are they asking? Those top 5 questions. And then you've got, like, there are two strategies in one here. The first thing is you put out a poll with those 5 questions, and you say, guys, if I was going to put together a guide, a full start to finish guide on how to do something, which of these guides would you want? And you put your 5 burning questions. Now format them in the form of a title of some kind, like how to, instead of it being how do I, turn it into how to, and put those 5 things there in the form of a poll. Now what that does is it gives you indication of interest without any request of commitment. So it's very low friction, but it gives you a load of people that have stated they are interested in something. Now, the result might be interesting. You might not expect it to be the thing that they all choose. My client did this the other day, and it was the one that was like, I think 72% was the one that we thought wasn't going to do well. It's like, God damn it. That's why market research is so important, because otherwise we have market imagination, which isn't always accurate. So putting out that poll is going to give you indication into what it is that people want. You've then got however many people that have voted on a poll that we can bolt onto this strategy and go, God, how can I leverage that? And actually, top tip, if you know the avatar interview strategy, you could reach out to them and say, do you know what? Thank you so much. Great that you voted on that. I'd actually love to interview on this. I'll give you this call in exchange for it. the avatar interview strategy, if you know it, I'm not going to go through it here, but if you know it, then you could basically use it to get people booked in for avatar interviews. I'll put that in the group later, a little bonus. I've got DMs that I have sent off the back of putting out a poll and getting people to vote on stuff. And I've got DMs that I've sent people to get them booked in for calls just off the back of that poll. That's great, isn't it? Now we're getting bloody sales calls booked in before we even got leads. So, but back, just keeping this simple and not making it too over the top. We've got a poll and we've got an indication of which of those 5 questions are the most burning for your audience. So we've gone from imagination to market research. Then what you can do is you're going to put a post out that is literally just one of those black posts. And if you go to my profile on Facebook, my personal profile, you'll see that I did this the other day. I put a little black post out with white writing on it, and it says, I'm thinking of making, or I'm making a guide on how to launch a live podcast. Do you want it? And then in the comments, you've got people saying yes. So if people say yes, you can then reach out to them. And this is before you've even set up an email marketing CRM, created a landing page, a thank you page, whatever. Like, you can just basically reach out to them and say, I'm going to be sending this out via email, and add in any GDPR quotey bits that you need to add to make yourself compliant, to let them know that you're going to add them to an email list without putting them off. Like, get the balance right between being compliant and putting them off completely, because you sound like you're going to hound them forever. But send a message and say, ping me over your email address, basically, and I'll send that out to you as soon as I have it. And now you just need to go make the thing. And hey, that is easier to create than it's ever been before. Like, you know your topic, you know what those steps are, you know what that resource needs to entail. All you need to do is speak into AI for like 5-10 minutes and get it to create that for you, and then put it into Canva, make it look pretty, and boom, you've got this thing that you can give to them. Now, you could do that manually for now. Like, okay, sorry, I'm going to have someone watching that's going to be like, GDPR, fine, set up a CRM, do it the hard way. Whatever it is that you want to do to be compliant, do it. But I would just let them know, like, here is the thing. I would email it to them and maybe put a line at the bottom saying, reply saying unsubscribe if you don't want to hear from me again. But you essentially just email it out to them. But you have their permission now to add them to your mailing list. If you do that today, you could have 5 to 10 leads to add to your CRM by the end of today, just by putting out a little black post with some white writing on it that says, do you want, I'm making this guide, do you want that? Now, you could just go straight to that without the poll. If you're like, I know my people want this thing here because I have market research and I have the experience, I know what people want, I speak to them all the time, and I know what they need, then go for it. But if you don't, and you want to create a poll to just get a bit of market research so you know you're barking up the right tree, then you can create the poll first. And hey, you could even create all 5 bloody things. Like, let's say you get 10 people vote for one thing and 20 for another and 15 for another and 60 for the next. Make the one that gets 60 votes first, right? But you could make all of them. You could definitely make all of them, but it's obviously, you know, it's up to you. Next level bathing, love it. Hey Mark, good to see you here. Has anyone got any questions, by the way? I've been talking and talking and talking. Feel free to unmute or drop them in the chat or put them in the comments.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh, go for it.
When you make a guide like that or some sort of lead mag, is that something you'd only share with new people that you're adding to your CRM, or would that be ever something you send to your current list?
Well, I'd send it to the current list because it's value and it's valuable, and why not? But the purpose of it right now is just to get people signing up, right? So I'm going to use it as a lead magnet, but for sure I'd go to my people that already signed up and be like, hey guys, just made this resource. Here it is if you want it. Like, but I'd probably be more strategic at that point and be like, how can I utilize that to get people booking in for calls? So you think you've got different people in different parts of the pipeline in terms of how warm they are. You've got, you know, those that are on social media. All you're trying to do is get them to come onto that list because they're going to self-identify as being the right fit for your business, for what it is that you do. And so for that reason, putting it out on social media to get those leads, like that's enough right now just to get those people signing up, because their goal was to get leads. But then the next step is, oh, okay, well, they've signed up, they're interested. Like, how can I now get into conversion? If you're going to send it out to those that are already on your list, I would already be thinking about conversion at that point. It's really good to give like valuable stuff away because it builds relationship, etc. And you can definitely share it with them. It's just that I would just tie it into sort of like the next step immediately, because they're more likely to take that next step at that point.
Great, thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions? I see Jason's on the live. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No, good. All right, cool. Well, there we have it. So, I mean, every week, Tuesdays at 11 are now training days. I haven't decided whether I can PCly say, see you next Tuesday, or if that's a little bit too much. So we might accidentally say that because we can't help it when we're a bit excited. And probably not most of the time. But it's funny because it's Tuesdays now. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. is training time. I am, as I say, like right at the beginning of this, had this idea for ages. I decided just go for it, like just flipping go for it and just make it happen. So that's what I'm here today doing, publicly bathing, making it happen, live streaming the first one. Like we've had 15 people sign up for the first one, which is great. And we're just going to continue to grow from here. I'm putting together that little community on school where I'm going to be putting resources and all the things. I really want that to become the best resource on the internet for learning marketing. In terms of like how I'm going to make money as a marketing coach, if I'm giving all this marketing stuff away, like I teach people how to launch live podcasts. We have a community in Rebellious, which teaches you like marketing and sales, specifically sales strategies. Those like if you want to come work with us in those, that's great, like you'll be welcome to. But this is different. This is more the kind of like marketing, audience building, visibility gaining, lead generation stuff that I'm going to be bringing every single week. And I've got so many people that I know in this industry that have got so many good things. Like we had a webinar with Kennedy. We had a webinar with Kennedy last week, who is Email Marketing Heroes. He's already told me he's going to come onto this and he's got some great stuff to share. Then I've got, you know, a lot of connections that I've made over the years, and also a lot of people in Rebellious that are just got so much good stuff to share. And so we're going to be pulling the strategies out of people and sharing them, and it's going to be tangible, practical stuff that you can implement. And personally, the reason why I really want to do this is that this is the stuff that sets me on fire. Like when I listen to something that I can actually go and do, like I often do it within 5 minutes. But what that does is it gives me a boost, like it pushes me forwards and gets me testing and trying new things. And yeah, I want that for you guys. I really do. So that is what we're doing. I see Jason, Jason's watching. Jason, I'm sure I'm going to get you on here teaching us something we can implement and do strategically with funnels. Come on now, you know you want to. But yeah, I'm bathing this right from the start. So I haven't even started curating the speaker list yet. We're building this together from the ground up. But yeah, and it is our little corner of the internet where we are doing anti-bro marketing and human-focused connection-based stuff. So yeah, that's what this is. That's what you've just witnessed. And thank you for being here. You are now like founding members of this here thing. If you want to come again, we'd love to have you. And I am going to go create the resources to go with this and then shout about them. So you'll find them in that little school community. I did drop the link in the Zoom chat, and then I think I've put it in the everywhere else chat. Apart from YouTube. I mean, if anyone's watching on YouTube, I'll be really surprised because I've done it to the Cordelia Kate YouTube channel, which has got 300 people on it from 10 years ago. So I imagine it's dead over there. So I'm not looking, but it might be, might not be. Who knows? Right. Anyway, that's enough from me. Guys, we'll be back here same time, same place next week. If you have already signed up for this, you will get an email. If you haven't signed up for it yet, well, sign up for it and you'll get an email. The link is in the description of the live. It's been great to have you, and thank you very much.